This is Tyler Lewis here with Phenon Hoops. We have the pleasure today to have Jai Smith with us today, one of the hottest recruits in the country. We appreciate you coming on here, man.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
We appreciate you. Jai is a junior at Word of God Christian Academy. Like I said, one of the hottest recruits out there. I just know whenever I was playing, I would love to have you playing alongside with me because I could just throw it up there and you could go get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um,
And I'll pass it to you, too, for some threes as well.
I don't know about that, but when you realize, when did you realize that you were become the player that you are today?
I realized that at a pretty young age. I'll say about 12, 13 when I first started, like, the dunking, like, play basketball and actually become, like, a better player. Because at the age of 12, I was just, like, more of a dunker, just athletic, just more of a just always just athletic. And then I started to notice, like, oh, if I want to be good at this thing, I need to develop a game, a skill-wise game, overall game. So I started to work on those things and realized one day I'll be the player I am today, or more to come for sure.
I love it, and you continue to work on your skill set every day. I can tell from the first time I watched you from where you're at now, what a vast how you improved. You've done a great job. What's your motivation every day? What fuels your fire?
Man, just being an underdog, man. I've been told plenty of times I wouldn't be good enough. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not good enough to do that. Oh, I should just sit the bench. Oh, I should just relax and stuff like that. And I'm in put in situations where I had to go through things like that, like sitting on a bench and stuff like that. So it really motivates me to like just prove those guys that slept on me at a young age, like prove them that, hey, I'm a top dog. I can compete with anybody.
Yeah, and those things of like sitting on the bench or learning from an early age that those type of moments help you become the player you are. I saw on Twitter you have Philippians 4:13 as your in your bio. What does that verse kind of mean to you?
I can do all things in Christ Jesus who strengthens me. It's really really big to me because like as of all, like I hear a lot of doubters tell me I can't do this, I can't do that, and I love it when they say it because then it makes me, it fuels me, and I'll be like, I can do all things in Christ Jesus who strengthens me. So like I can do it, whatever it takes. I can do all things.
I love it, and you know your faith driven. God has a plan for you, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Thank
who
you.
is your role model? Some of your favorite coaches, some people that helped you along the way to help you become where you're at right now.
Most definitely. Coach Jay and my TC, Coach Byron. A lot of those guys, Coach Harris helped along the way too. It was a lot. It was like a more team thing together. A lot of coaches. My goddad helps a lot. My uncles really help support like my basketball career and stuff like that. And it's just a pretty big thing. Like it's like a team. It takes a village to raise a kid.
It definitely takes a village. Being at Word of God, y'all have a lot of talent on your team. What makes that your Word of God team so special?
Everybody's like a brotherhood. It's like connected. Everybody wants to play together. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's focused on basketball more than other things. Like they take a sacrifice out. Oh, I could be out doing this. Or I could be out partying, doing this, that, and the third, having fun, doing that, playing the game. They take off those times to be together and to stay together as a team. And we help each other on and off the court. As in school, if somebody needs a tutor session, one of the students will help out with each other. Or if somebody needs this, that, needs a ride, or we coordinate all that together.
That's awesome. Going into your junior year right now at Word of God, what are you looking forward to most out of this basketball season?
Hey, I just want to win and get a championship with the boys. For sure.
I love it. I love it. And obviously, I know, like you said, you want a championship with the boys. You're very team oriented. Do you have any personal goals for yourself?
Personal goals, man. I really want to be the top dog. I want to be number one in the state and at least top 30 in the country. That's at the least.
I like it. I love you. I love where your confidence is at right now.
Yes, sir.
How would you describe your game?
My game, well, I'll put my game in perspective. I say I play like Paul George, but I've heard a lot like the spitting image, like the exact image of play style is Blake Griffin. People tell me I play exactly just like a young Blake Griffin.
Yep. I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
So what's the most important thing for you as a person and a player?
As a person, man, to help everybody, like to help people that needs help, on my like team and stuff like that. Just be a good person, somebody to lean on when they need it. Also, as a teammate, make sure the guys, make sure everybody eat, different things like that. Be a leader and step up.
You're one of the hottest recruits in the country right now. Your recruitment process is probably blowing up. Your phone line's probably going crazy. You probably get a little annoyed by everybody hitting up your phone sometimes. Tell me what it's like. Your recruitment process is like right now.
It's very heavy. It's different schools people don't know about and stuff like that. Like top blue bloods and this, that, and the third schools have been hitting me up and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. But at the same time, like I gotta take consideration is that I can only choose one school. So it's it's good to enjoy it, get all those scholarships, but at the same time I gotta remember I got one school to pick.
And that's a good way to look at it, because like you said, you can only go to one school. And do you try not to get too caught up into, hey, who's recruiting me, who's not? Or do you just stay level-headed pretty much through the whole process?
I stay level-headed pretty much through the whole process. Let the things, who got what and see what they have offered the best for me and what's best like for me to fit that program and to see who's there and different things like that.
When you were growing up, like, did you have a certain school that you cheered for or loved, or did you just?
Yeah. Coming from Syracuse, that was Syracuse, but I mean, like growing up, like I felt a little, slept on from Syracuse because they still haven't offered me yet. And I watched most of my bros, like people from Syracuse, receive that scholarship before me. It was like my dream school. So and then when I went to Carolina, Duke always became that home team to me. So I really became a Duke fan after that.
So growing up in, I guess, New York and moving to North Carolina and being in North Carolina, what does like the Hoop State mean to you right now?
Hoop State's my home, for real. Like another home to me, for real. It's like, it's amazing, man. Like I know everybody there. I grew up in it from a young age. So it's like nothing, like it's basically like I'm from there. It's like a home for real.
And you made such an impact here in North Carolina. A lot of people know who you are. Like, how do you feel like the people from North Carolina see you as a player as well?
As a player, see me as a great player and also a great person in that aspect too.
No, I definitely see that. Obviously, every time I see you talk, like you're polite, you're a really good person, and obviously that carries over to the game too. Being a great player. Who is the best player that you have played with and played against?
All right, so against, he's actually at Kentucky. I think it's Isaiah Jackson. What's his name? He played for Spire too. Isaiah Jackson or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? He played for the family, and he's really tall. He plays for Kentucky now. What's his name?
I definitely know who you're talking about. Can't think.
Yeah.
Can't think.
His name's Isaiah Jackson. All right, so we played against him at City Rocks, right? I'm younger. I'm playing up 17s. This guy is about 6'10", 6'11", with like almost a 40-inch vertical. Could shoot and everything, dunking the ball. At the time, I'm like 15, playing 17s at that UIBL at top level, and I had to start because one of our big men got hurt. So I was starting off on the bat. Now the big man was out. And then we played against him, and off the rip, like he just full force of dominance. Like he was just catching the ball up. And I kind of learned from him, like crazy dunking. He has like a long wingspan too. I kind of got that from him, like going up one hand, just throwing it on people, just this, that, and the third, catching any lob, catching anything, shooting it from outside, handling it, coming up the court, and just like cocking it back between the legs. I'm like, what the heck?
That's crazy. What's the best person you play with?
Best person I played with, I'm gonna have to go with TJ Warren.
He's a stud, man. He was
TJ Warren.
TJ and I, we came in the same class at NC State in 2012. So he was my roommate my freshman and sophomore year.
Dang.
So TJ's a stud, man. He's really good, and he's a great person as well. And obviously he put on being ACC Player of the Year his sophomore year, and you see what he's doing right now in the NBA. He's truly special. So I know you talked about people kind of say your game reminds you of Blake Griffin or whatever, but who do you see yourself? Who do you model your game after?
Paul George. I try to model a little bit of Ben Simmons. I always watched Ben Simmons since LSU, especially having that offer. you know, it's something big because that was like my go-to player. Like Ben Simmons, I just love Ben Simmons' game. I don't know why. He can't shoot, but just the way he just dominates at the basket. And people don't look at his defensive side. His defensive upside is just like a 16 point guard, bro. Like I love players like that, like Ben Simmons, Magic Johnson, LeBron. Like I look up to like tall point guards like that. I just love their game.
And that's awesome. Do you have like a favorite NBA team or anything that you cheer for?
Yes, the Phoenix Suns.
So what makes the Phoenix Suns so special to you? You said it so confidently, like yes, like that's your team since like
that's
you're young.
Team. I like the Phoenix Suns because like I don't know, it's that culture. But I just like the culture of the Phoenix Suns. But like they became my team. I like Kelly Oubre a lot. I model his game too. I like his game a lot. D Book, stud. DeAndre Ayton, he's tough too. I just like the little squad they got. I don't know why.
So you talk about like people who you model your game after and how you play. When you're looking to pick a school in the future, what kind of fit are you looking forward to?
What kind of fit? I would have to say, you know, a Brotherhood. Obviously, you know, the school is very, you know, well structured. Gym time, you know, different things like housing is great. You know, different things like that. They're on top of you. You know, to make sure you get everything you need, develop you. Mostly development. Has good draft, you know, good draft things and stuff like that. Could get me in that draft, the NBA, help me reach my goal, different things like that. And just like everything, like basically everything you really need, just right there in front of you. Like, you know, playtime, of course, the best fit, you know, to see all those type of different things.
That's awesome. And I know you'll have a lot of choices where you'll be able to choose from. And it's truly an honor to have that. And obviously very blessed in that. A lot of people wish they were sort of in your situation. My last question to you right now, ask everyone who I do an interview with, if you had to play yourself one-on-one, are you getting a bucket or are you getting a stop against yourself?
Shoot. I'm gonna have to get a stop. I know how to guard myself. I don't know about no bucket now because that defense, oof. But I'm gonna have to get a bucket against myself.
So you don't have confidence in your handles or how you rock with the ball on offense or nothing. You're just going straight defense, huh?
I'm sitting on that. Hey, I'm sitting on that. I'm making him shoot. He's shooting that thing. I'm laying back, let him shoot. Let myself shoot. I'm laying back. I'm like, go ahead, shoot it.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you would get a stop because I definitely would not get a stop against myself.
You probably would. Like push me to shoot.
No, well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on here. It's been awesome. And you know how much we think of you here at Phenom and
yes, sir. I love you guys. You guys are my guys for real.
No, we love you too, man. So it's all good. That's all love here. And appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you, fam.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
You too.